thought the defense was great. I thought outside of, Doug getting off to a quick start with his shot making, overall, I thought we did a great job. I thought Kawhi took the challenge on Brogdon, really sat down on him and made it tough for him. And, just overall, outside of, McDermott's threes, I thought we did a good job.
Thank you. Next question will go to Rachel Nichols.
Hey, Ty. Hello. So this was a season that you talked about focusing on COVID, the ones from last week, but even the ones from the start of training camp.
It cut
made
out,
that harder?
It cut out, Rachel.
Sorry, no problem. I know that you've talked about team building and chemistry this season, and I was just wondering how the COVID rules, the ones last week or even the ones from the beginning of training camp, has it made it harder because you have less time in the same room and less time together, or has it made it easier because no one can leave the hotel? How has that affected that process?
I hope it makes it better. Now guys got to spend more time around each other, but we've been doing a great job. And I think it starts on the court, Rachel. I think we're just sharing the basketball, playing the right way, getting other guys involved. And, it's translating from off the court. From on the court to off the court. Guys are just a lot, just happy and just, like I said, playing the game the right way. So hasn't really been a big adjustment, because we was a close-knit team anyway. It's just we didn't have a lot of time around each other.
Thanks.
Thank you. Next question, Miriam.
Hey, Ty, congrats, man.
Thank you.
So you obviously you guys made a point to come out well in the third quarter last game and did that again today, but also in the first quarter. I wanted to talk to you about the start of the game and PG's dunk and what something like that, play like that does for your guys.
Just sets the tone. I think, PG driving, getting to the basket with that kind of dunk just sets the tone early. And, they try to, jump the game up. They play triangle and two, box and one, things we haven't seen all year, it was tough for us in that first half, but I thought we did a good job on Kawhi and PG, just staying patient. If they're going to double team and put two guys on them, I thought they did a good job of sharing the basketball and making plays for their teammates.
Pre-game, we talked about points in the paint. You got the box score, my friend.
Yes.
How'd that battle shake down?
Man, 48 for the paint.
We've seen back-to-back games now where he's had 11 points, specifically tonight. He also had 5 assists that led to 13 other points. The activity that we're seeing from Kawhi in the third, and across the board, I guess, all four, he seems to be even more on a mission to try to get some time off in that fourth quarter, Don.
Yeah, and you know what, Jeannie? I like when we can see this. Most nights we see PG and Kawhi high 20s, 30s, but tonight's only 17 for Kawhi, and that's fine because you'd rather get him off the court, get him some rest, and let other guys play in the fourth. But like I was saying with the Clippers team defense in the last segment, when he wants to impose his will on the game and take over, he can do it. And there's not many guys in the league that have the ability to take over games. He's one of them.
Yep. Enough said. All right, let's talk about the bench.
I was waiting on the bench.
That's all right. Of course you were. 65 tonight, so they have 127 points in the last two games. And if I were to tell you that they would have accumulated that kind of scoring without a Lou Will, who's been out because of his hip. And it's not just all Marcus Morris. How about a Luke Kennard off the bench tonight with 20 points? And what did he have, 5 threes?
Yeah, he had 5 threes. He's 5 for 12 from the field and 5 for 8 from 3. And what I love about Luke Kennard, he's really just trying to find his rhythm. He understands that he can shoot the ball, and even more importantly, his teammates know that they want him to shoot the ball. You can shoot the ball. Shoot the ball 9, 10 times if you want to, Luke, because we know that you can shoot the ball. He's doing a great job of attacking the basket as well, facilitating and making plays for his team. And what this bench is doing, they're replicating something special. The last couple of games, we saw the energy, the excitement from this bench, and they're doing a great job. And I love to see Luke Kennard get off a fellow Dookie. I got to give him his props.
Waited that long. Good for you.
I'm telling you, Corey, he's coming, and I've been saying it since the start of the season. He didn't play for a long time, and so it's taken him a little time to get going. I think tonight, I'm not saying he's going to get 20 every night, but he's capable of it, and I think you're going to see more games like tonight as this moves on.
So what about the shooting, Don, is contagious? Because it feels like anybody who gets blessed, touches the scores table, comes in, they're launching threes and it's working. Is it confidence? Is it the system?
No, it's ball movement and guys getting open. If you're making extra passes, everybody in the league can make a wide open three. You know, it's when you take contested ones with guys closing out. But the ball movement has been terrific the last 4 or 5 games, and that's why you're seeing them make all these threes.
And you see the confidence from your superstars in Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. They're facilitating those plays for those guys. And the reason is because once they attack the paint, the defense will stop the basketball. You need to stop those two. They're both averaging almost 20+ a game, and they're making those shots. They are confident in his teammates making those plays, and they're doing a great job of doing it.
So much has changed in the past week. It was really this time last week that we were talking about just the changes that were needed on the bench. Ty Lue, a part of that. We're going to go back to Staples when we come back. He's going to give us his thoughts on what went down this evening at Staples Center as your Clippers. A nice team victory.
Yes.
But we're all just kind of enjoying this third quarter, Don McClain.
Yeah, I mean, it was a total team effort. I thought it's nice to know that you have Kawhi and PG, but when you get other guys going, it makes it look even better. 7 guys in double figures tonight. They were really good, especially in that third.
Well, I'm just looking at the stat sheet.
I'm checking you.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Your slack jaw.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive.
Yes, I'm just looking at the bench, and that's what's really been impressive. Not just the third quarter and the way they play. The bench have really provided such a spark. 65 points from the bench. It's amazing to watch.
All right, but we want to focus on that third because, again, the lead was, 6 at half, and we know they're going to that locker room, and Ty Lue challenges them to not only keep the lead but pad it.
Well, when you have a lead by 18 points and it drops and you give them a chance to get in the game, all of a sudden you need to get a little more momentum. Coach Ty Lue told these guys, hey, you need to get yourself in gear. They started to be active. Kawhi Leonard made some great plays by attacking the basket. This is the reason why they're shooting more threes, because they get in the paint. Look at the defensive presence by Patrick Beverley. Marcus Morris comes to Sabonis and traps. They understand where to be on the basketball court, which allows them to get that stop and get out in transition. So again, their defense is in sync. They're doing a phenomenal job of understanding where to be. And Don, you understand this. When you're on the defensive side, you need to be a string. It's almost like the puppet master. When one string moves, the next person needs to be in the right spot, and the Clippers are doing that.
Yeah, that is true, Corey, but I really feel like it's the mindset for this Clipper team. When they want to turn it up, which they decided to do in the third, they can annihilate people, and they did to the Pacers tonight when they turn up the heat on the defensive end, when they're communicating, and then they get out in transition and get easier buckets. And so you saw it, that how lethal this Clipper team can be when the mindset is right and they come out with great energy.
Well, you brought up the bench a few minutes ago. How about that guy off the bench who is supposed to be a starter? Talking about Marcus Morris, who was our CarMax highlight of the night. 17 points in the first half, finished with 20. It's the first time he's had a 20-point game as a Clipper.
I love the rhythm for Marcus Morris. He's very aggressive. He's picking his spots when to shoot the basketball, and he's being unselfish to help his teammates get involved. We saw a few plays of him passing the ball to Luke Kennard, who had 20 tonight. But I spoke about this before, that Marcus Morris can be another six-man-of-the-year candidate by the way he's playing.
I'm
handing out those trophies.
All right. I'm okay with
that. But the way he's playing, the way he's shooting the basketball from three, it all goes into his conditioning. When you get into basketball condition, we know he can score the basketball. Now he's showing what.
Well, you guys know I'm not a big plus-minus guy, but if you're a plus 35 for a game, you've probably done pretty good. And he set the tone with that second unit in the first half. You mentioned the 17 points. But what a weapon for Ty Lue to have a guy like Marcus Morris coming off the bench that can heat up like he did tonight.
And he's just getting his health back, just getting his legs back underneath him. He talked about tendonitis and the protocol as he was trying to get himself healthy coming into the season. And then the NBA started up the schedule a little faster than he thought, so he was most definitely worth the wait. All right, let's talk about the three ball. It's not a postgame show if we're not launching them tonight, and that offense going again from deep, Corey.
19 for 39 from three. And the amazing thing about watching them shooting a three ball is not that they're making a shot. You have to be confident to make those threes. It's the way that they are doing it. They're attacking the paint. And when they're attacking the paint, their two best players suck in all the defense, and all of a sudden they have wide open shooters. They understand Genie and Don exactly where to be on the floor. Paul George drives. Right away, he understands where Patrick Beverly will be on the floor, where Kawhi will be on the floor, where Marcus Morris. And when you have that understanding, you have great chemistry.
Well, the crazy part is every team they play knows it's coming, and they can't do anything about it. It seems like the Clippers every night are shooting close to 50% on a lot of attempts. So we'll see as it moves on if teams start trying different things to run them off the line. But right now, Clippers in a great groove.
4 straight games with at least 15 threes, and it's not just a Paul George. It's not just a Kawhi Leonard. It's a Reggie Jackson. It's a Marcus Morris coming off the bench. It's a Luke Kennard. It's coming at you from all angles. All right, more coming your way on Clippers Live, including